Welcome back to Make Finance Easy. Everybody always says how government control the economy. What if I told you the government can speed up the economy or slow it down, almost like pressing a gas pedal? But here's the catch. Push too hard and you got inflation. But if you stop, you get unemployment. Today, we're breaking down the three biggest tools that control the short run economy: fiscal policy, monetary policy, the Phillips curve, and why printing money can backfire. Let's make finance easy. In the short run, the economy fluctuates around potential output. When the GDP falls below potential output, recession happens. But when the GDP rises above it, then inflationary pressure. So, how do the policymakers respond to this? First is the fiscal policy, which is controlled by the government, the Congress, and the president. Two tools: government spending and taxes. An expansionary fiscal policy: increase spending, cut taxes, shifts the aggregate demand right, raises the output, and lowers unemployment. Then, contractionary fiscal policy: decrease the spending, raise the taxes, slows inflation. But fiscal policy has a problem. It's slow. Political debate, approval process, and then an implementation lag. By the time it hits, the economy may already have been changed. Then, monetary policy. This is controlled by the Federal Reserve. This is faster. The feds adjust for interest rate and money supply. In the expansionary monetary policy, it lowers the interest rate, increases money supply, which means more borrowing, more investment, more spending, and the AD shifts right, aggregate demand. But in a contractionary monetary policy, it raises interest rates, reduces inflation. So, in the short run, both policies affect real GDP, unemployment, price level. But here's where it gets interesting. The Phillips curve shows how relationship between inflation and unemployment. A short run idea is lower unemployment equals higher inflation. Higher unemployment, lower inflation. Why? When unemployment is low, workers gain bargaining power. Wages rise, production costs rise, and prices rise. That's a demand pull, cost push pressure. So policymakers face a trade-off. Do you want lower unemployment or lower inflation? You usually can't have both in the short run. But in the long run, there's no trade-off. The long run Phillips curve is vertical. Why? Because unemployment naturally returns to the natural rate of unemployment. Trying to push the unemployment below the natural rate just causes accelerating inflation. Which brings us to money growth and inflation. Now let's talk about money. There's a famous idea in economics. Inflation is always and everywhere a monetary phenomenon. If the money supply grows fast, then real output and prices will rise. Why? More money means chasing the same goods. This is explained by the quantity theory of money. Money supply times velocity equals price level times output. If output grows slowly, money supply explodes. The price level must rise. That's inflation. Short run, money growth can temporarily boost output. Long run, it only increases prices. That's why excessive money printing leads to hyperinflation. The economy eventually adjusts, wages rise, expectations adjust, and output returns to normal. But prices stay permanently higher. So here's the big picture: fiscal policy is government spending and taxes, monetary policy is interest rate and money supply. Phillips curve is short run trade off between inflation and unemployment, and money growth is long run inflation. In short, policymakers can influence output. In the long run, the economy always returns to natural level. And that's why managing economy is more art than science. And I'll see you guys later for the next.